entertain, none of nonsense, and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over for the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked.
Diddy's stuck behind bars, probably plotting his next big move, even from the inside, and there's this phone call that somehow made its way to the public. And it's pretty much what you'd expect from a guy who's experienced both the highs of Hollywood luxury and the inside of a cell. First things first, Diddy's barking orders like he's running a business meeting. Instead of talking on a prison line to his son, he's going on about pizza boxes of all things, like it's some kind of code for something much bigger. Could Diddy's obsession with pizza be hiding something far more sinister, like a secret society pulling the strings behind the scenes? And then there's Jay-Z. The guy is apparently ghosting.
He's like, can I have your dog?
No, he's a nap. You gotta watch out.
Do you know who my dad is? Yes, I do. What is your favorite picture of my dad? One right over there.
Because if you're not reaching out to your billionaire buddy when he's in a jam, are you even friends at all? But here's the kicker, Jay's got his own car drama. While Diddy's over here worrying about getting out on bail, Jay's stressing about his ride. The guy's got millions but still worried about a car. Sounds like someone's priorities are as twisted as the whole Hollywood scene itself.
Talked about. Did Jay reach out there? Nah, but he ghosted.
He still got his hustle on, even from behind bars. He's making sure everything's lined up for his Netflix project, release a movie, of course, because no one's letting a small inconvenience like jail stop the Hollywood machine.
Before we started, it was a beautiful moment. He was checking Express. He was like, my mom's changed.
Yeah, I got her with me right now. Yeah, nah, she would be super proud. She's like my biggest fan. I really been working and doing music since I was like.
And the lawsuits, they're piling up, but Diddy's acting like, nah, they aren't getting anything from me. He's practically laughing at the idea playing broke, while his name's probably printed on yacht decks worldwide. Classic Diddy.
People don't really know me, and that's what
who is this person, the Sean Combs, that we have yet to find out? Right. You have to come along for the ride.
And let's not forget Kim Kardashian's name getting dragged into this circus. Apparently Diddy's considering throwing Kim under the bus to cut his bail. Now that's a friendship move if I've ever seen one. The guy out here playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers, but it's only making things messier. The dynamic between Kim and Diddy, the red carpet appearances, rubbing shoulders with the elite, suddenly looks a whole lot darker. Makes you wonder how much dirt she swept under those designer rugs.
She's a very good friend of mine, and it's all good, you know. Everybody's talking about the cover, the Kim Kardashian cover. What did you think about that cover?
I think it was dope. You know, freedom of expression. It was risky.
This connection goes way back to when Kim was still Paris Hilton's stylist. The 2006 white party was just a start. 1 minute you're a stylist getting an invite, the next you're the queen of tabloid headlines with Diddy in your circle. But now with all these accusations coming out, everyone's looking at those old photos again, wondering what was really happening behind the scenes. The whispers about Kim and her family knowing more than they let on are only getting louder, especially as more ugly details about Diddy's extravagant gatherings emerge.
Can I get my picture with you? Steve, come here. This is my husband. Come on, you gotta take a picture of me. Here.
You ready?
Let's talk about those parties. It's not a Diddy story without mentioning the over-the-top ridiculous parties filled with iced ERS and apparently some not-so-glamorous stuff. Remember Khloe Kardashian spilling about one of those parties on Keeping Up with the Kardashians? She joked about everyone being half-naked like it was just good fun, but with what's come out recently, it seems like there might have been a whole lot more happening after the camera stopped. Applause. Rolling happy birthday to. And it's not just Kim and Khloe, the whole Kardashian clan was in on these events, smiling for the cameras, brushing elbows with Hollywood's elite. While all this shady stuff brooded beneath the surface, the connections to Diddy weren't just casual. These weren't just photo ops. They were ingrained in that Hollywood social game where showing up at a party could mean a new business deal or an insider favor. Now the family's scrambling, trying to distance themselves from the chaos that's about to hit the fan. But those red carpet receipts, they're not going away. Then there's Corey Gamble, Carissa's partner, who's long been tied to Diddy, both professionally and personally. This adds another layer to the scandal. Corey's always been there by Diddy's side at events, playing the loyal friend. But as things start to unravel, people are questioning just how much Corey knew and how involved he might have been. The guy's always been a background character in the Kardashian saga, But now he's front and center in a scandal that's putting the entire family under scrutiny, and people are connecting the dots. We're talking about accusations against Diddy that are not just about money or a lavish lifestyle. These are serious. There's talk of misconduct involving minors, dark dealings behind the luxury facade, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for anyone close to Diddy to avoid being implicated. Kim's attempts to clear her name are almost laughable. She's trying to paint herself as someone who was merely attending events, all innocent fun. But really, you don't hang around at those parties for years without having at least an inkling of what's happening behind those velvet curtains. And then there's the potential for Diddy to flip. The guy's facing serious charges, and when the chips are down, the Hollywood rulebook says save yourself first. It wouldn't be surprising if he started naming names. Anyone and everyone who's attended those notorious gatherings might find themselves in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, the Kardashians included. Imagine the fallout if Diddy decides to cut a deal and spills everything. It's one thing to be accused of being at the party, but if names get dropped about participation in anything sketchy, that's a whole different level of scandal. And it doesn't end there. The connection to Michael Jackson's death. Yes, apparently there's a link. No one's safe, not even the king of pop, from getting dragged into the mess that Diddy's life has become. The fact that there could be a lawsuit connection that reaches beyond the grave is enough to make anyone think twice about getting too close to these Hollywood power players. The deeper we go, the more it feels like the whole system, this perfect image of glitz and glam, is just a fragile front for the chaos lurking underneath. And with Diddy's legal battles intensifying, there's a real fear that the domino effect could take down more than just his career. The stakes aren't just about his fortune, they're about the reputations of all the stars that were pulled into his orbit. The Kardashians, Jay-Z, Corey Gamble, they're all at risk of seeing their polished images crack, because the public loves a rise to fame, but they love a scandalous downfall even more. And if Diddy falls, he's probably not planning on falling alone. How closely are you paying attention to the allegations coming forward with him? I don't pay attention to none of it. It's extremely sensitive, and I think that it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth now is. For Diddy himself, the guy is not going down without a fight. He's out here talking about having the last laugh. Even while lawsuits and scandals pile up like junk in a garage, the man's always been about the hustle to show the empire. But now that empire looks more like a house of cards swaying under the weight of too many secrets, it's almost poetic. The guy who built his brand on being larger than life, untouchable, is now cornered, facing the consequences of a life lived on the edge. And you know what they say, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. What's next for the Diddy Kardashian saga? If history tells us anything, Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but with everything that's been exposed, maybe redemption's not on the table this time. Maybe this time we're just watching the curtain get pulled back on a spectacle that was always too good to be true. Either way, get your popcorn ready, because this story is far from over. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's take a deeper dive into the tangled mess that's been building for years between Diddy and the Hollywood elite. It's no secret that Diddy's infamous white parties were a gateway into a world of excess, and not just for the Kardashian clan. Those gatherings were attended by everyone who was anyone: A-list celebrities, industry insiders, influencers desperate to climb the ladder of fame. But behind the laughter, the luxury, and the designer outfits, darker things were brewing for a long time. These parties were rumored to be more than just fun social events. They were power plays, chances for those in the know to make deals, secure alliances, and gather dirt on each other. And Diddy was right in the middle of it all, the ultimate puppet master. Pulling the strings, he made sure everyone had a good time, but he also kept his eyes open, ears to the ground, collecting information that could be used when the moment was right. That's why his empire was more than just music and parties. It was control, new things that kept people close, kept them from speaking out, and kept his power intact. But when the cracks started showing, they showed fast. Cassie's lawsuit, which many saw as the beginning of Diddy's downfall, was a shock to some but not to others. Those who knew what really went on at the parties weren't surprised by the accusations of misconduct. Cassie's case may have been settled, but it opened the floodgates. The whispers became shouts, the secrets became headlines, and the fortress Diddy built began to crumble. And then there's the issue of the business. Diddy's move to sue his former partners at the liquor company was another turning point. He had been making huge money, tens of millions a year, from his share of the alcohol business. But when he decided to go against them, things took a dark turn. These weren't just any business partners, they were powerful, and Diddy in his arrogance bit the hand that fed him. The fallout was almost immediate. Within months, lawsuits started cropping up, accusations piled on, and suddenly Diddy found himself under attack from all angles. And let's be real, Hollywood is all about alliances. When you're in the good graces of the powerful, they'll protect you. But when you step out of line, they'll throw you to the wolves. That's exactly what happened here. Diddy's former partners, industry titans, with deep connections, weren't going to take his rebellion lying down. They had the resources, the influence, and most importantly, the dirt on him. It wasn't long before the media had their hands on stories that had been buried for years, tales of misconduct, harassment, even links to organized crime. And suddenly the man who was once the life of the party was the center of a scandal so big it threatened to take down everyone around him. The Kardashians, of course, have tried to distance themselves, but it's too late. The pictures, the videos, the associations, they're all out there, and they're not going away for years. Kim and her family, based in the glow of their association with Diddy, they attended his events, they partied at his mansions, and they reaped the benefits of being part of his inner circle. Was code for something far more shocking, horrifying. Tapes. That's right, tapes. But it gets even crazier. These tapes, or rather hard drives, supposedly contain explosive secrets, and now there are rumors that Diddy asked his own son to destroy them. Where did these hard drives go? Some insiders are saying they're hidden away in safety deposit boxes or secret safes. But here's where it gets really suspicious. Diddy's son has reportedly been making some odd moves lately, and some think the FBI should investigate his trash. That might just be the key. If someone follows it closely, they might find out where these drives ended up, or if they're still intact. What is he trying to get rid of? So with Diddy potentially flipping on his closest allies, how deep does this Hollywood rabbit hole really go? And who's going down next? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe for more.